It got me feeling like gin off this gin. I'm melodic with the smoke in the air, and the smell is hypnotic with a strawberry switch blunt with a whole lot of chronic in a pocket with a wallet with a whole lot of nada. I be stressed, but it got me in an ethereal mode with a serious soul in a cereal bowl. Like I'm searching for the sunflower, I'ma go on the road, but keep my mind open, infinite like the Konami code. Hip hop is my soul. Hope you looking when he's rapping. B-boy spinning to the beat like Mugen when he's scrapping. I'm jugging and I'm lapping on my way to Shangri-La, but some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Hear my battle cry. I might stay late and keep my fresh on the sideways 8. Yeah, I might make babes. All I need is some risotto and a cosplay chick that was born in Kyoto. Why? But that's a no-no if I ain't got that protection B. I keep my sword sheath. I don't need no BM stressing me. I wonder if there's a message G when I hear these new rappers. I ain't hating you rappers, but I prefer the boom bappers. It's the truth rappers, it's the war of the words, and I'm standing on top the castle representing the third. I guess you ain't heard, I'm following my destiny, following the God of fools, father to the death of me. A cross on my chest and resolve in my heart. Ain't shit you can do to bring a stop to this march, bring a stop to this art. You must be JK, and I grab the mic and get loud like an AK spraying, and I stay laying this heat over beats. I got the resolve of a beast, so girl put your knees over these shoulders right here, they holding up the world already. Mujushin style stabbings got your girl all sweaty. Ah, you mad bro, my bad, I'm in my zone. Miyamoto Musashi with the microphone. The best squad in the city is watching my back. I might hit you with a two-piece like Mataza the Zap. I'm just talking that crap, I'm a peaceful warrior. And my flow Mega Man, I'll defeat and absorb ya while I'm hungover off gin and soda. I'm a fucking hero, dog, man, I beat Genova. Word to Jehovah, right hand on the rhyme. The way I'm rapping these lines so you can examine my mind. Take a step inside, don't be afraid. I'll let the beat lead me while I lead the way. And I seen today as I read the sermon that all I can tell you's only death is certain, but the way of the samurai is found in death. You might hear a lot of deep shit, but mine sounds the best. Yes, yeah. This one, baby. KV Anime on the beat. Hood Hemingway.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Knights of the Coffee Table. This is Accelerate, and I'm here with Sinrai, Stone Monkey, and Vash the Token Dargoon. As always, man, how you guys doing?
Good, man. What's up?
Yo, Jesus Christ!
The sound of my people.
That legitimately caused pain in my ears. I think my ears are bleeding slightly now that you did that.
Good job, Monkey.
But anyway, one of these days we'll do the Sunday episode that I keep fucking promising.
Yeah,
we're trying.
Anti-hero broadcast is the chat. Can we never have to hear that fucking noise again? You know what? It probably wasn't that bad. It sounds like you got really fucking close to the microphone for that. Darren reads the same thing. Ear rape. Like, you peeked out into the reds on my desktop when you did that.
Oops.
We need to put a noise gate on Stone Monkey.
Especially when he's fucking stoned, as always. Anyway, I think about what Vash the Token Dargon. I think he's competing for Stone Monkey for most stoned person on the stream right now.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, I don't know how stoned I am, but
it
takes a lot to get me to like get. It usually gives me energy, and I just want to talk more the higher I get.
You know what?
But you don't have the sensu beans.
No sensu bean.
But if I eat an edible, it turns me into a zombie for sure. I can't talk or think or anything. I just sit there.
And dude, I could go for an edible right now. I can't wait. I got another 10 months before I can legally buy marijuana products.
Is that when it gets legal in your state?
Yeah, well, we already passed it, but you know that whole
Nice.
year waiting or whatever until it actually becomes.
Yeah, it takes some time
available.
to get their shit together. You gotta, set up a bunch of red tape and shit.
All right. Well, Anti-Hero Broadcast is thinking that we all planned for the show, asking what the topic is tonight. There's a few things. One of the things I wanted to talk about was we had. So you were talking about Resident Evil 2, and that entire. I don't know. It sounded. They said it was a fake review, but apparently some reviewer just got really fucking lazy at IGN, started the part B of the game, and didn't even bother playing through it. So they just kind of fibbed through the entire thing, saying, "Oh yeah, it's like exactly the same as the first one. Nothing new to see." Apparently, that's completely false.
So wait, did they remake it or something?
Yeah, they did an HD remake.
Different directions that each character goes, which means different levels.
So it's not just an HD update. They actually rebuilt the game from scratch.
Correct. They cut out a little bit of the intro, but most people are saying it's a pretty good game.
Yeah, like I've been watching a couple different people play through it, and I gotta say, I can't wait until I can get enough money aside and buy it myself.
Yeah, well, we all know that games journalism is suffering from the same sickness that regular mainstream journalism. So it's really not a surprise. There's a lot of low effort. More and more low effort shit happening.
The only issue I have with is the fact that they have the good guns. You have to buy them as DLC.
All right.
Okay, my only issue is the fact that they have not remade Final Fantasy VIII.
I think they're still working on it.
They're trying to do 7, not 8.
They've already done 7 once.
8? Yeah, they're still doing the first half or the first third or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. They're releasing it in 3 parts. Man, I hope it's good. I mean, they're gonna take everybody's money regardless. Right? That's not. It's not even a question.
They're gonna get mine.
That's one of those things. I might pre-order that shit because I'm gonna pay for it anyway. I don't care how shit it is. It's Final Fantasy VII.
I never really liked it.
From what I've read about it, it is a passion project for the people involved, and they're some of the original people from the game, and so that's a good sign that it'll be done right. People who love the game. It's the only way to do a remake is get the people who love the original involved. I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair.
We know how often that never happens.
Fair enough.
It helped with Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
GT came around and then Toriyama was like, "Stop that shit. Let's give it a better deal."
Some of the problems I have with these remakes is these companies sometimes forget what made the original game so good to begin with.
Well, exactly.
Right? It's the stellar graphics upgrade that you're going to give it. Yeah, we want to see that, but you don't need to focus on just making it, showing off your new technology, man. Just
they could ruin a game.
Yeah.
The graphics could be amazing, but it could still be a shit game by being, not honoring the original. That should be priority number 1, is to make sure that it appeals to it's going to be an older audience, I guess. But how else do you sell a remake?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that that was kind of the problem that Square went wrong with when they went with Final Fantasy 13. I don't think Final Fantasy 13 was a terrible game. It looked fucking beautiful, but it didn't feel like a Final Fantasy game. They could have called that game anything else and then made another game that just wasn't trying to utilize every bit of processing power just to make a more involved and elaborate world map.
Definitely feels the least Final Fantasy-ish. It's just stuck on this linear path, and
Yeah, you're on a rail until you get to that big open fucking jungle area. I forget what it's called on that planet. Right, so then it opens up, and there's a bunch of quests that are just retarded to do, right? It's just grinding.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you're done with that, then you go right back on a linear path until you beat the game.
Terry Murray wants us to mute our drags. Sorry about that.
I think he's referring to Stone Monkey, who got super close to the mic yet again while he was taking a rip.
Yeah, mine's not that loud, I hope.
Hey man, dude, this is like a comic book shop. Have you ever been to a comic book shop and seen the etiquette of people at comic book stores? It doesn't exist.
I mean, you got a guy named
there isn't
Stone
one. Yeah,
giving him shit for smoking.
Being stoned. I played up to 12. 12 was all right, but my favorite Final Fantasy was 8. No, I liked 10. 10 was good.
7 was my favorite for sure.
Well, so
yeah.
So regardless
of
what, we got Mecha Vash,
and I played 90% of that game on a laptop on a trip across the country. Back of a truck, just with my little laptop playing. I could barely run the game. It was great though.
Yeah, Final Fantasy X was really good.
Well, yeah. So Final Fantasy VII, you can't. A lot of people are like, man, the game wasn't that great. I was like, no, but it was the game that brought JRPGs to the Western world. Right? Something about it made it
complex game.
Yeah, something about it though made it just good enough that it appealed to an audience that, prior to that was not that interested in those kind of games.
Remember the 3D aspect of it was new.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wasn't it the first Final Fantasy game that was 3D?
Well, originally it was supposed to be the 3D was supposed to be for Final Fantasy VI. They were going to redo Final Fantasy VI in 3D.
Oh, really?
Which that one really does need a remake. That was one of the Final Fantasy VI might be one of the best ones whenever you just take everything into consideration. Yeah. Like the time it was created, how in depth the story was, how cool the character was, how good the system was. I mean, you get to fucking suplex a goddamn train.
Yeah.
Enough said.
The villain won after everything.
Well, I think the reason why 7 was so good is because it still kind of stuck to that formula, the Final Fantasy formula. If you played all the other games, but it was a step up, like in every aspect of it. It was more complex. It was longer. The cutscenes were longer and better. And it was just like the ultimate of that like style of Final Fantasy game before they started changing things drastically.
Well, yeah, and that's also when Square Enix came out and said we're going to be a powerhouse when it comes to the cutting edge of video game graphics.
Yeah, I think 8 and 9 were still fairly similar, and then it wasn't. 10 was the first time they changed it.
10 was on. Well, 10
was like
real
10
10 was on PlayStation 2.
Right.
So they kind of shortened up the game a little bit, but it was still a really good game. That's what I said. Anahiro said he loved 10. The next one he tried was 13. The lightning chick fucking hated it. Anti-Hero, did you get past the tutorial part?
Oh shit!
That is the part of 13 that everybody gets hung up on.
We got the alarm.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
Talking about, man, you over here talking about running some elite levels on a video game?
Oh shit!
Well, I'm over here making an Alex Pinoid.
Fucking a wild Tom Pinoid appears.
Yeah, dude. What's up, Tom P? He's stranded. He's stranded in the cold tundras of Los Tejas.
I'm still stuck on that response video that guy did and called him Tom Pinoid.
Yo, he made another video, so I made another.
Again? Oh.
Yeah, Taryn Marine was in here talking about is DJ asking if it's some kind of troll. I watched Turd Fleeing Monkey's response to that. It was interesting.
Oh, it was great.
He's like, yeah.
Well, I just did a video response to his video response to his video response about his video response. As Alex Pinoid. Right,
no.
calling and thanking. I basically used him as my reference for like all the people he was mentioning about all like the Discord gay ops bullshit. I was like, thank God DDJ is so thank God DDJ is so obsessed with Discord gay ops. You know, I mean, or else we would not know about feeding the cats and Broccoli's ability to be Adolf Hitler. Like, it was great.
It's awesome, dude.
I turned feeding the cat into Mordok from fucking the Bohemian Grove.
Anti-Hero Broadcast, if you're interested in what's going on between DGJ versus TFM, I think you can actually start with TFM's last video about farewell false friends or something like that. It basically gives you both sides of the story right off the bat. Yeah, DDJ sounds off his rockers right now. I don't get it.
It's pretty bizarre.
Oh, it's fucking great. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, dude, I'm just growing. And I mean, this is all for the lols and the subs. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
On that note, man, we gotta talk to TFM about coming back on the show. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It has been. And I mean, I'm not gonna ask him for a little bit after all this bullshit. Let this shit die down.
Anyway, back to video game shit.
Yeah, man, I heard there's stuff going on in video games, like there's some stuff with some other shit, and like there's video games that were coming out on one thing and now they're only on Epic, and like I be paying attention to the quarter. I be watching.
Shit, you probably had like, given that you've been stuck, you probably watched more quartering videos in the last 4 days than I have.
Yeah,
I haven't watched shit.
I be trying to stay on top of your news, man, so I can have a conversation with you.
Speaking of news, I don't have anything pulled. I was just going through my favorite website, One Angry Gamer. So we got a novel idea for something that we can do on the show. We don't have anything else planned. Have you ever seen people do it where they go through news sites and they just read through articles and talk about it? I think that's the niche market, man, that you were talking about earlier, Vash, that we can probably find our way into. I don't think that's been tried yet.
It's untapped, unprecedented.
And nobody does that ever.
Yeah, I don't think it's I've never seen it happen.
You may be onto something here.
Random articles.
Yo, if it works for you, you should call Tim Pool and tell him to do it. You know,
Mundane Matt, man, maybe we could get him in on it.
Well, I mean, he might be too busy collecting boulders.
Come on, man. There's jokes, and then there's just offensive.
I'm crying.
Come on.
So the worst part about Mundane Matt doing that is he throws out his non-opinion after that. So he really does just basically read the news to you.
I know. It's not worth watching, really, or honestly talking about.
Oh shit, man! I do have some. So I played a MGTOW Arena pre-release last week.
Hell yeah,
dude! I haven't been to a gaming store and actually fucking played games in forever. I had to bite my tongue, man, when this fucking bitch behind the counter was talking about using gender-neutral pronouns.
Oh shit!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, dude. Like the chick that was running the store was going off and said like, I don't know. She kept using some stupid word to describe people. And then somebody else was like, they say dude all the time. And they're like, well, that's not gender neutral. You might offend some people. And the guy was like, well, you know, I don't mean it that way. And it's my right to be offensive. And the worst part is somebody was listening in and got real mad and told the dude, no, it's not. It's not your right to be offensive. And I was like, well, I mean, it's your right to be offensive. The only thing I said was like, yo, dude, it's your right to be offensive, man. It's just, don't be surprised if somebody decides to call you an asshole for it.
Yeah.
Is your state turning blue? Is that the deal? Is your state turning blue?
I don't know, man. But that's
the whole goddamn country is turned into a big bunch of pussies is what's happening.
That's never what it used to be like. In the gaming community here. Like, we used to be very counterculture and anti-PC.
Everybody's so goddamn sensitive, dude. It's ridiculous.
I'm sure that there were other people
Not
around
everybody,
that were like,
that
shit's bullshit, get it out of here, but they just don't want to open their mouths because it's unpopular to speak out against it. Especially in public. We can do it all we want on the internet. You find yourself surrounded by like 3 screeching harpies. It's not worth it.
Yeah, that's when you break that pimp hand out, son. Break that pimp hand out, you're good to go.
I don't want to be on the receiving end of a social justice freak out. It's not how I want to spend my Friday night.
Yeah, I don't even want to be in the area.
Yo, look here, man. I have been married twice. All right, this is not something I'm scared of.
Well,
I'm not scared of this shit.
Whatever kills you. Whatever doesn't kill you.
Whatever kills you.
Whatever kills you. It also does not make you stronger. Yeah, just so you know.
I'm gonna guess.
Mess that up.
I'm gonna guess Anti-Hero actually talked out against some people's woke opinions because he's been asked not to go to 2 events for the woke bullshit showing up in their games.
Oh well, that's
the thing, man. I don't think gamers. I think half of these people that are into this woke bullshit, man, they're just gamers that are having it forced upon them. And I've talked about this before. I think a lot of people that hold those views only hold them because they're popular and they don't really spend any time thinking about what it implies.
Right.
And you can't really expect every normal person to go look up every fucking culture war video and come to their own conclusion. It's just whoever they're surrounded by, whatever's fed to them, that's gonna. Because it's such a small part of their life in the long run too. It's like we're talking about the people that don't talk about it. They just believe it.
I have been fired from jobs for motherfucking preaching about this bullshit in public. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should have heard me at work when somebody said, "Oh, I'm so happy. The person I wanted to run for president just announced Kamala Harris." And I just wanted to bomb it. I wanted to bomb it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know, like I got wrote up for calling somebody a social justice warrior.
Dude.
Yeah, he told me about that. It's like, well, did they deny it?
Dude,
you should just ask them. Go ask them if they're a social justice warrior.
I got written up because I went to the refrigerator. Somebody had taken the last of some shit that I wanted. I opened it up. It wasn't there. And I said, God damn it. And I closed the door and walked away. I got written up.
What? Seriously?
That's fucked up.
Was it the God part in front of the damn it? That's some revert.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
they're like, this has been a problem. Your attitude's been I'm like, what? What? You know, giving me this line about people complaining. It's happened before. It's just like something about, I don't know. It's again, everybody is fucking super sensitive, dude. You step on the wrong fucking toe at the wrong time and you get a full fucking guns, dude.
Yeah, you don't know who's going to have it either.
No.
Yo, this has been a long time coming, man. I got in trouble when I was locked up for how I walked.
You walked? Were you walking
how I walked.
Manner?
I was walking. They's like, we don't like the fact that you swing your shoulders when you walk like a tough guy.
You're like, I'm a gorilla. What the fuck do you expect? That's some horse shit.
Nigga, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, yo, what do you expect me to do differently? They're like, we don't like your swagger. Like, I don't know what to tell you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what it is. Like, I'm not changing how I walk for y'all. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You should shove your thumb up your asshole and then
gate crime.
And then try to walk like that, see if it's any better.
We got hate crimes, we got speech crimes, we got face crimes, now we got gate crimes.
What's up, Mr. Misanthropic? Well, welcome to the show. Once again,
I got 9 minutes until my shit's done rendering.
Oh man. Apparently, you said my happy birthday video was too loud.
No, I said turn the fucking music down so you could hear us talking.
Like, I had 30 minutes to do it. Golf City Outlaw just sent a message out saying I need it by like the end of the day. So it's like, here you go.
Yeah, I was saying, like, you know, when you have it in the fucking rendering process, you just turn the music down.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I usually turn it down to like 30, but you know.
I know exactly what to do. I just didn't.
Whose birthday is it?
Miss
Mr.
Des Marie. No, it's Gulf City Outlaws. Girlfriend, woman, whatever. I don't even know if they're married. I don't know anything about it.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, he just said, oh, you know, I didn't have a chance to do anything big for her. You can't really afford it. Can you guys she copied a bunch of YouTubers. I was like, can you guys just make her like a short clip with the voice recording? I'll put it all together. Turned out to everybody made video clips and dual wields putting it all together now for her. That's how we do here. That's cool. That's what our community does.
Well, happy motherfucking birthday.
1,000, dude, I think, is Sinatra lying about his age now? I know for a fact he's older than 1,342 years old.
Dude, Snoop's like...
he doesn't look a day over
he's on that. Yeah, he's on that third millennium mark.
Yeah, man, he's like, you know, he's up there.
Yo, it's that nigga's birthday every goddamn day. For fuck's sake. Oh, man, I can't wait for this video to come out. This shit is funny as fuck. I had a hard time making it. Oh, man.
He might be like an alien. Time is irrelevant to him. He's like that dude from Half-Life.
Alex Martin's like, no, the real secret is that Sanud is 10 million years old. And Alex Martin, Gulf City Overwatch. Why Gulf City Overwatch? I'm actually really curious about that one.
Oh yeah, I saw that name the other day.
Well, it's like, do you even play Overwatch, Alex Martin? Like, you're still waiting to build a PC that can play Street Fighter. I know you ain't playing Overwatch unless you get it on console. Which on that note, dude. So I want a new Internet's Bloodsports format. Right. So the first thing is, like, you host the show. The first rule is the host, they don't participate. Right. They're not part of the fight. I think it's part of the problem because it's cheating anyway, because the fans are always going to root for the host, so they can't be in there. Right. The second rule is if you do fight me IRL, you automatically lose. All right. The next rule is you give everybody timers. I haven't really figured out how it would be. Like, what is it? 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then if you talk over somebody, you get time penalties, which is just completely up to the host judging. So anyway, when you run out of time, you just get muted, and the other person can just rail into you. And then at the end of it, the audience votes, and if it's a tie, they get to settle it in the fighting game of their choice, and they have 2 weeks to train.
I like this, dude. This is a good idea.
I think it is. I think it would be a fantastic way. It's better than what's been going on in the IBS community lately.
Well, it's an actual format as opposed to just chaos.
Yeah. The only thing I would have to figure out is how to do the timers. Get them up on the stream. It's probably not as hard as I think it is.
No, it's not hard. Not hard at all.
Nah, you just put the timer up, right? And then, like, as the timer runs down, and like if they stop, they like run out of shit to say. And I mean, to stop the timer, and like you give them like 10 minutes in total, like 20 minutes in total, or whatever. And then like each of them go back and forth, and I mean, they use up each of their 20 minutes as they go. You know what I mean? And in the end, I mean, like whoever runs out of time.
Get yourself a soundboard application so you can trigger sounds whenever you want.
Anti-hero is like, it'll never work because of the structure. And I was like, I don't know, man. If the hosts do a good job of muting people and enforcing the timer, because the people that are arguing, they're not going to know about the timer or the time penalties or anything like that. Like, if somebody's just yelling over the other person, we're going to run out of time, and then they're just going to get grilled while they're muted for a while, or they just leave. And then if they just leave, they auto lose anyway.
Yep. I like that. You give it a structure, and it can be something.
Well, so it would still be incredibly chaotic because the two people fighting won't know. Or you can have teams, right? It could be 2v4. You can even have, you can even have tag match fighting games.
What do you mean they won't know?
Well, no, like,
tell them.
Well, yeah, they're gonna know that it's happening.
Like your 10 minutes starts now. You give them a 5-minute warning and then a 1 minute.
Yeah, but they're not gonna be sitting there. I mean, maybe they are gonna be sitting there looking at the clock. But if they are, I mean, what they should be too busy arguing with each other, right?
I mean, that's a pretty typical debate format, though. That's how it works usually. In a real debate, they have time limits, and they're not necessarily looking at a clock, but your point shouldn't depend on
even in a real fight, man. You got time limits. Maybe you could change it to rounds.
A real fight, 1 second can make a difference. The argument, you should be able to make a point and have time left over.
And then with the fighting game things, dude, you could build it up and just have a card. So like everybody's fucking trying to kill each other at MK10 or Killer Instinct, whatever fucking game they want. I don't even care. I'll buy them all those, dude.
I'm just down to play freaking games with people. Let's do it.
Mr. Misanthropic is like, we'll do it. My channel. I got it. Let's go.
I'll spur out on somebody just fine. I'll stay sober. I'll be angry, and I'll spur out on somebody, then we can play video games, right?
Do we have to keep it related to video games, though?
No, this is unrelated to our channel, right? This was just my idea for an internet blood sports format.
Well, who else is going to do it? But it's your idea. That means you got to do it.
Gay ops.
It doesn't have to be this channel, I suppose.
Knights of the Coffee Table Arena.
And if you do gay ops, then you don't get to fucking compete.
Yeah, you're going to be qualified.
Unless the argument is about whether or not you were doing gay ops, and then it's fine.
All right, everybody. This is
there can be different types of arguments, too. There can be like a call out, like you're going to call bullshit on something somebody did, or it can just be a debate on a particular topic. But like has to be somewhat formalized. Like this is what the topic is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like more in-depth topics or whatever. You can like stand here and give them like an hour. You know what I mean? On some.
You could end up doing it just like the old days, right? Where they were talking about like, is GT canon or not? Right? You can have nerd blood sports. This could happen.
Oh, dude, yeah, there's endless drama to talk about.
Mr. Misanthropic's like, who wants to be the first fight? That's the thing. You got to be connected enough with what's going on with the internet drama to tell people, like, hey, we're going to host a neutral platform. Here's the rules.
Yeah. No, you know what we should do is
you guys can duke it out in the internet blood sports arena, and then if it comes to a draw, you guys are gonna play the fighting game of your choice to determine who the winner is.
Yo, we should do it on the church, and whoever loses gets the bitch smacked out of.
That'd be a good idea.
No. Even better. They both get the bitch slapped out of them. They never see that shit coming.
Yes.
Wait. You should have
our choosing who gets slapped.
Yeah, you could have the option to just sick the lions on both people. It's like there were no winners here.
Like Tom P, do your thing.
Throw them both. Throw them both to the
pit. Yeah, I like this ideology, but I want to be involved somehow, like because I do want to fucking nail some motherfuckers up.
Well, Tom Pinoy's gonna be
you would have to step down from hosting duties at that point.
Yeah, you're gonna be like Shang Tsung in the first Mortal Kombat. You're just gonna be sitting there on the fucking throne, watching the fights.
Then step down and come in and fuck somebody up.
You just like give me a good. Wait, can you do the voice? Finish him.
You have to step down.
Finish him.
No, that wasn't great. I think I might have had you better there.
Follow the same rules as all the common gladiators.
Wins. Fatality.
Whoopsie.
Maybe we rebrand it. Maybe we rebrand it like the gladiatorial arena.
Gladiator.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And we kind of treat everybody like that. Let's model it after that fucking that show on Stars, that fucking on Spartacus.
Let's have DGJ fight TFN, man. That'll get us about 3,000 subs right off the bat. first fight.
Done. That's easy. Let's do it.
I'm kidding. Neither one of them would participate in such nonsense.
I know.
We don't tell them we
probably over with.
we chorus
Well,
each of them
so here's the
on.
thing. Like, one of the best
hope
things
it
about
is.
like whenever the short time I watched the Kumite, most of the beef was fake. It was them getting really hyped up about. It's the same kind of shit we would argue about in a fucking comic book store. Maybe not that exactly, but it was like, you know, who would win in a fight, Superman or Goku? That kind of bullshit.
Yeah, the OG days.
Yeah, you just get like two people that can fucking really get emotional about their position, which isn't hard to find on the internet, man.
The King Carl days, man. The King Carl days of the Kumite.
Goku, you dumb fuck. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
IBS is necessity. Like internet blood sports is a necessity on the right side of motherfucking YouTube. Like on this conservative side. Because that's why we have all the trolls and the meme warriors and all that type of shit. Because we're constantly going at each other. So it's like it's steel sharpens steel until we're like just smacking leftists, you know what I mean, left and right.
And meanwhile, the leftists are fucking teabagging each other and licking each other's assholes all day, trying to make everybody feel better.
Meanwhile, by the way, did anybody see that fucking shit this week where they told everybody to learn the code?
It's like Fight Club versus fucking My Little Pony.
I did.
They didn't. Yeah. I mean? The learn the code thing's funny because they don't like being. They don't like having their. They don't like their bullshit shoved right back into their throats. They're just like I think.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I think. Apparently, they think that the tier of productivity in America is blue collar, like coal miners, right? Then the next tier is coders, and above that is them as journalists, right? So asking them to learn to code would be like telling a coder to learn how to coal mine. The only thing I can come up with, which is totally wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you put too much thought into it.
Yeah, it's more like this. It's more like, when, you know what I mean, fucking the coal miners got laid off down in West Virginia, they told them to learn how to code, right? So when the fucking journalists got laid off, all the coal miners were like, fuck you, learn how to code, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, how's it feel?
Right. And because of all of their humility and self-reflection, they went, oh, you know what, you're right. We're being hypocrites. Of course they fucking flipped out. That's offensive. Oh, how dare you? There's a special place in hell for people like you.
Who, me?
Well, no, they even...
That was like the most famous tweet of that whole thing, is the guy just like, there's a special place reserved in hell for people who would tell laid off journalists to learn to code. It's like, oh, wow.
No,
now offering someone a helpful solution to their problem is offensive and damnable, literally.
The better part was that son of a bitch that went to Twitter, like, was like, at Jack, you need to do something about these people that are harassing journalists. I'm just
right.
It's
harassment to suggest a solution to your problem.
Yeah. That's a common thing. It's like the word harassment means something completely different to these blue check marks than it does to anybody else. Yeah. Right? If you're in the public eye and people are criticizing you harshly or even just making fun, it's not harassment. You're just fucking getting shit thrown in your face.
Right.
Like, learn to take it.
And the beautiful thing is, like with all memes, it's a meme. And it's also a legitimate option.
True.
And you're not going to be fucking the next Steve Jobs or whatever, in terms of a programmer. I don't know if he was even a programmer, really much of one, but anybody can learn enough to have, to earn money with. Plus, there's a lot of other jobs in the tech business that aren't necessarily just writing code. There's a lot of design jobs and a lot of like project management jobs. All kinds of shit like that is available in the same sphere that usually people think of coders as.
Yep. I mean, yep. I'm basically a coder.
I need to learn to code.
I'm a business analyst. You're a coder, basically. Not your title.
technically I'm a coder, but I'm definitely more of an artist than I am an engineer.
I'm a road coder.
I can write some. I'm an intermediate programmer, intermediate engineer, self-taught, but I'm, I've had to learn. I've had to very carefully and tediously learn that shit over many years to be good enough.
So what I'm learning also from just being part of the business is that, especially in my company, if they need anybody that knows how to do code, they either want somebody with a master's degree or somebody that's self-taught and has experience. Like they would rather have that than somebody that just came out of school with a BA and never worked a real fucking job in the industry before.
Most people who come out of school with a computer science degree don't know. They're a few years behind at best. Obviously the logic and the basics of coding is always going to be the same, but that stuff takes, like, that's not a whole class. Like the fundamentals of coding, variables and loops and shit like that, that's like a couple of days of a class. You know what I mean? Because it's all pretty basic. The rest of it, the complex shit is
it's when people like give you a thing like, well, like for my work, it's like, all right, here's here's a PDF, here's a bunch of tables, and we need you to write code that does X, Y, and Z. And like they don't know how to get from A to B, right? They're just like, figure it out, man.
Yep.
That's the job of a coder.
Yeah. There's every type of job. There's high level programmers who can write code that runs hardware and shit like that, and then there's people who do wireframes and just like they don't know any code at all, but they perform a critical role because they create what things look like and how they interact, and then like an engineer goes and hooks it all up in the background on the back end. But like all of those designs and like interactive wireframe things are, every fucking company that writes software uses tons of those people.
Yeah.
And a lot of women are designers and wireframers and project managers too.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with Mr. Misanthropic on one thing. The graphic design market is so fucking flooded that if that's all you can do, you're not gonna get anywhere. Like you have to be able to do that plus something else.
Yeah, just I mean everything is digital now. You have to have some applied.
Well, what if you're a coder and a cook?
A what?
You can cook and you can code.
Actually, so you know how BuzzFeed's laid off all those people, right? And I've been listening to Tim Pool talking about how they're trying to sell their tasty cookware as a way to make money. One thing, but hold on. One thing that's actually kind of smart there is I think they realize that those tasty videos, even I fucking love those videos, right? Like a lot of the times they make it look so easy too. I don't know if you've ever tried to make something off of one of those tasty videos where they go real fast and they're just like, oh yeah, you just throw some marshmallows in a bowl and some fucking chocolate chips and like a few teaspoons of this. Then you just whip it all up and put it in the and then like you actually try it, you just make a fucking mess and it's a disaster.
Yeah.
But anyway, I watched those videos and I'm like, you can make that's like a good industry to get. Like Big Fat Brian, he's fucking up with his channel. He's a goddamn chef. If he wanted to make his channel huge, he would just fucking record himself making food and shit, and people would watch the fuck out of that, man. Like one of my ex-girlfriends, all she did was watch Food Network 24/7. She didn't give a shit what was on. It was about food. She wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I don't.
And then I've known a few girls that have been like that.
Yeah, what you're saying is you don't get it, but what I'm saying is I don't care if I get it. I just know it's a successful recipe.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Anti-Hero's asking if we can talk for a second about how Disney took what could have been an awesome extended universe, Luke, and turned him into a green milk jizz drinking pussy. We've had that conversation.
Oh my god.
They fucked Luke up.
Disney butt fucked Star Wars. I think they did it on purpose because they know that a lot of Star Wars
they didn't butt fuck it.
I think it was a fuck you to to males.
Yeah,
They took a 12-inch dildo. They inserted razor blades all up in it, and then they shoved that then they dipped that in acid, and then twisted it in its butthole. That's what they did to Star Wars.
All right, hold up. Here's
they
why
destroyed its things.
So they canceled some movies, and they're like shuffling some things around because I think they know they fucked up. The Force Awakens was fine. It wasn't a great movie, but it wasn't bad. Like they were really safe. All they did is basically rehash every other Star Wars movie and put new characters into it.
Yeah, I don't think they know that they fucked up.
Them making Rey so powerful was really fucking scary. But I think what they did is they fucking handed The Last Jedi over to somebody, and it reminded me of, you remember the first Hulk movie that came out in the 90s where the Hulk was fucking basically flying and jumping across the sky and grew to be like 7,000 feet tall because he was so angry, and it was just bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that was Eric.
So the writer-director for that film later just said, I just don't think I really understood the character. That's how I feel about whoever they handed over The Last Jedi to. Like, I just feel like they didn't really understand Star Wars.
Yeah, it was more than just one character. They didn't understand any of it. And none of the essential parts of it. They definitely didn't understand Luke Skywalker, who was kind of, important to the whole story.
The blue milk was fucking hilarious.
They just it looks like a deliberate attempt to ruin something out of spite. Like just a lot of stuff just rammed in to make a statement.
Well, yeah,
they just had a ton of money to play with, and they got into their heads that this is something they had to do. It was like the right thing to do, and all this subversive bullshit, and it just none of it fucking worked.
I think cocaine might have been involved
in
the writing process.
No, it would have been way more fun if cocaine was involved.
No, I think it was extreme ideologies. I think it was, what's her name? The lady in charge of Star Wars. I always forget her name. She's this crazy SJW.
Oh, the person at Disney that's in charge. Is she still in charge?
I believe so. I don't know.
Here's the thing.
She's responsible for The Last Jedi.
What are you guys talking about? I run fucking Disney, motherfuckers.
Sorry, Mickey.
God damn it, Scooby.
I keep forgetting.
The thing is so I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Clone Wars or Rebels, and I haven't watched Resistance yet, but both the Clone Wars and Rebels were pretty good cartoons. I was shockingly surprised that a cartoon made for kids about Star Wars was so... It had such a good Star Wars feel. Way more of a Star Wars feel than The Last Jedi did. So I thought they were gonna. I thought they were gonna.
Star Wars fan to get invested in those cartoons.
Well, they're on fucking Netflix, so.
Shit!
I mean, after the prequels, George Lucas did enough damage to his own franchise. I can't believe they tried to do 3 more movies.
That's true, but
are they doing a third main Star Wars movie still?
Yeah, they're doing it. They're giving it back to J.J. Abrams to try to correct course.
It's gonna be awful.
I just don't think. I honestly think that if they came out and said we fucked up on The Last Jedi and we're erasing it from Star Wars lore, Star Wars fans would be like, "Yay! All right, we'll try again. We'll make Luke not a dipshit. We'll try to make fucking Rey a little bit less of a Mary Sue." Of course not. They can't do that. It would be suicide. But I think the Star Wars fan base would actually
the get woke go broke formula because it's working so well for everyone who's tried it. And they're just gonna run it into the ground as hard as they can.
Yeah,
dude. The more woke I get, the better off I feel, bro.
There will be a documentary about it in like 2024, guarantee you.
There'll be a documentary
all about how
SJWs
destroyed an American fucking cultural icon.
I don't know, man. What if they just say that The Last Jedi was all just a dream? It was Luke's. Luke had a dream. Luke had a dream that went like just the Last Luke just Jedi. Wakes up. Oh my god. And then Ray, then Ray actually shows up and he's thinking about being an asshole about it and was like,
he just cuts her head off.
Yeah. It's not where I was going, but we'll take it.
That should be the opening fucking scene. Just you see the fucking surprised look on her severed head, and then the show starts.
Yeah, because he would know that she just intuited. She just intuited how to do a Jedi mind trick, and then using like force pulls and stuff. She's just like, I've seen this shit before. Like, if my father wasn't bad enough, we can't have you roaming around too.
Your father, fucking Han Solo's kid. It's all bad. Time for the Jedi to end. That was a good angle. Like, if they had actually taken that angle, like, Luke Skywalker is fucking done. And it's time for the whole bullshit to be over with. And they took it really dark and, like, they could have done something really cool with it.
But is Luke really, truly the last Jedi out?
I don't know. But they could have done something pretty fucking cool with focusing it on Luke and his realization that it's just not worth it, you know, after his failure. Because, I mean, The Force Awakens wasn't the worst movie ever made.
Well, right? He was the son of Vader. Of course he wasn't.
It could have been redeemed by a good Last Jedi, I think. But the fact that The Last Jedi is so bad makes Force Awakens even worse.
So you know what I mean? with the Force Awakens, I enjoyed it the first time. This goes to what Mr. Misanthropic saying in the chat. And then I watched it a second time, and I still enjoyed it. And then I was able to be like, yeah, that was a good movie. With The Last Jedi, I was like, I enjoyed some parts, but I don't know. And I was like, it might have been bad, but I wanted to reserve. And then I watched it again, and I was like, yep, it's bad. It's bad.
Fuck you. That's what I said after the second time I watched that movie.
You know what? You had to do the same thing, though. You wanted to do a double take just in case maybe you were being too hard. Like, because sometimes expectations get in the way. So you wanna throw that out and just be like, what is really wrong with this situation?
Yeah, I've seen movies in the theater that were ruined by the theater experience because of people there that I watched later after it came out in video, and it was way better. But The Last Jedi was not one of those. Subsequent viewings make it worse. And I will say The Force Awakens too. You keep watching it, and it's not going to get any better.
Dude, Solo was
seeing the cracks.
Solo is so bad that, and I will finish almost any movie, right?
I won't even download that movie.
No, it was on Netflix. I started watching it. I've tried to watch it like 3 or 4 times, and it can never catch my attention. And I'm just how
like that's a testament to how successful the movie is by how fast it comes out on Netflix. It didn't even do well in like DVDs or Blu-ray sales.
Really?
Whatever. Yeah, and so it comes out on Netflix right away. Like, they got to get some money out of it, and they know people will watch it on Netflix just because, oh, there it is. Like Excel said, like, it's in your face. Okay, you know.
You're like, how bad is it? I was like, I can't even sit through it. I watched some bad fucking movies on Netflix, man. Like, I watched like dumb romantic comedies that were popular, and sometimes like those are sometimes at least. We're talking like it's Sunday, you're fucking hungover, and I have a habit of waking up too early when I drink on Saturday nights. I like wake up at 8 a.m. I have nothing to do, just sitting around hungover. I get on Netflix and I play like the dumbest fucking movie possible, and I'll watch the movie start to finish. I could not do that with Solo. In fact, Solo is a good choice for if I just want to make sure I go back to sleep and wake up feeling good.
We got Flashback.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't plan on ever seeing it.
What was the last Star Wars movie that came out?
Solo.
Yeah, Han Solo.
I'm pretty sure it was Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi was the last.
That was the last Star Wars. It's the same way. Yeah, that's what we should start. We should just start going. The last Star Wars movie that came out. Like, you know what? If you want to say Revenge of the Sith, I'm okay with that. Because at least George Lucas wrote it. And also, I'm one of those people. I'm okay with the prequels. My biggest problem with the prequels is he got way too fancy with the CGI. because it seems like after the fucking Clone Wars were over, that technology downgraded.
Yeah, I mean, other than the midichlorians thing, they did pretty good justice to the source material. Like George Lucas didn't try to change too much, and he explained the origins of characters that we love in pretty good ways, I guess.
Yeah, there was a lot of things about Anakin's actor was just completely unlikable.
Hayden Christensen or the kid, the little kid?
The little kid was fine. Hayden Christensen was unlikable through both the movies. Awful.
Yeah.
Which is worse, The Last Jedi or
it helps make you hate him though. It makes it easier to hate him.
But who would win?
Anti-hero, I'm ready for this or Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh no, God.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No,
that was the worst. That was worse than Super. That makes it makes the Mario Bros. Movie look good.
Yeah, here's the difference.
I'm having PTSD flashbacks right now.
Yeah,
it was like a really bad live action Dragon Ball attempt.
Yeah, here's the difference. Dragon Ball Evolution wasn't ever announced as a continuation of canon to the actual Dragon Ball cartoon. So we got to give it to The Last Jedi. Right, that was just a shitty. That was just a shitty attempt to bring in, like, selling some shit to little kids that were watching Dragon Ball on Cartoon Network.
You could pass it off as a fan film or some shit.
Yeah, it was garbage. It wasn't even related to the actual people that wrote Dragon Ball. Right.
However, if you put fart noises over every time that they use like the little like airbending thing. It makes it fucking hilarious.
Yeah, a lot of movies.
Damn it, Vash has got a good point there. Actually, thinking about that.
I actually kind of want to go back and watch Dragon Ball Evolution now because it is kind of on because it's kind of on the level of the Super Mario Brothers movie, where it's so bad that you could probably watch it and get a kick out of it down the road, knowing that it's just this horrible. Like same thing with the original Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I don't know, man. If you were completely unfamiliar with the source material, I suppose you could enjoy it. But having grown up with that shit, to see it done badly, I just can't enjoy it. I remember when I was a kid, the first time I saw it, I was like, this is awful.
I gotta say, if you're wanting a good Death Note one, though, go with Japan's live action. Because they did really well.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Don't do Netflix, piece of shit. Unless, of course, you want to see William Dafoe as Ryu, because that's okay. That's the only thing that they got right.
Hold on, I'm laughing. I just got a message from
Willem Dafoe played Ryu in a Street Fighter movie. What?
No, Ryuk in Death Note.
Oh, Death Note.
Oh, yeah, the live action Death Note was garbage. It was absolutely terrible. It did not. It did a very awful job of capturing the storyline or the characters.
But there's two versions, right? There's a Japanese one and then
the Japanese live version one's fine, but it's still too short.
So I heard it was okay.
It's one of those things. Just go watch the fucking anime. God damn it.
Yeah.
Actually, they had a twist ending in the live action film. And spoiler alert, by the way.
Oh, there's a
L.
Vashatronic.
Boilerplate.
L wins. L wins.
Okay.
Damn it, man!
You ruined it. You ruined it for me. You ruined it. It's all over.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
His name is revealed.
We need to start a GoFundMe to get this guy better internet.
Wait, I'm gonna guess if better internet existed where you were at, that you would have it.
Discord.
Yeah. It's kind of finicky, but it's probably just because of the storm outside.
Oh, that sucks.
Man, that's horseshit, dude. They need to run those fucking lines underground.
Alright, so does anybody live close enough to that freaking deep freeze that's going on? Or supposedly supposed to be going on? Or happening?
Deep freeze.
Well, I mean, it's dropping down to 6 degrees tonight, so that's a thing.
How cold is it supposed to get in a deep freeze?
Cold over here too.
Well, in Pinoy's stuck in the fucking tundras of Los Tejas, the north, which is also now the northern part of the White Trash No State.
Yeah, up north, I hear, is supposed to be pretty bad.
Anti here is like it'll be 1 to 0 where he's at.
Damn, I think the coldest it ever got up in the mountains where I used to live was 10 degrees, maybe. I mean, it snowed a good amount, but it never got that fucking cold.
Yeah, I and the wind chill.
Oh yeah,
wind chill's what you gotta watch out for.
Yeah, I know. So I know it's bad because usually if I go outside, man, like this isn't even like this was just the other day. Like sometimes I just want to be kind of cold. Like it's 30 degrees outside. Maybe I got a headache, something like that. I'll roll the window down and just fucking literally just chill myself the fuck out. It's got to be like 20 degrees or lower with like a really bad, like, negative. Makes it feel like 5 degrees or less with the wind chill before I'm walking outside, and immediately I'm like, oh, man, I'm going back in.
Are you just one of those people that just runs hot all the time?
Basically, I haven't turned my heater on all fucking winter.
Jesus, yeah.
Part of it is I live in a basement apartment, so my thermostat never gets below 65.
Oh.
Oh, nice, dude. You get the bottom.
Yeah, amazingly enough, you would think that would help me in the fucking summer, but it doesn't. No. The sun rises, and the only windows in my house are on the far side, like the opposite of where my bedroom is. And next year I'm gonna get blackout blinds just to stop the fucking sun from coming through. But I have a giant ass fucking window and then one of those sliding doors to the back patio. And the sun comes through, the blinds aren't enough, it just super heats my fucking apartment.
Yeah, that's awful.
It's I hear a broadcast, Stone Mexican guy is a great guy. Stone Mexican guy, me following him is the reason I can't open Twitter on my fucking at work anymore. I mean, I can check it on my phone, but I cannot check it on my actual desktop.
Not even just because of the Twitties, man. He's just a Mexican guy. He was a good guy, dude.
Anyway, I'm gonna completely swing this. I've been wanting to do this for a little bit. Does anybody want to watch some really old school competitive Counter-Strike?
Why the fuck not, man?
It's good, yeah.
I got it. Yeah, it's good. I got it in the My Circle.
We got a circle going on, eh?
Yep.
The My Circle.
Oh, won't let me push play on it.
I posted it in Knights General.
Oh shit. There's gonna be a million people.
In my circle.
Well, that's okay, man. People join us.
2001.
2001, dude. No, this is 1.5.
Dude, I was only 12 at this point.
Look at those textures.
I was at this tournament. We finished. Well, we made it past the elimination rounds, but then we lost to NIP out of all teams. They beat us, the team that won, because we were 32nd seed going into the elimination rounds, and the first team we had to play against was these fucking Swedish people that were a lot better than me.
This is all PC, right?
Yep. Oh man. Well, let me. What? Are they? I think they're showing the pregame. Oh no, this is the first round. Hold on, I'm gonna. Let's escape for a second. We're gonna turn the sound way down. You guys don't need that shit to be that loud. Yeah, so in this edition of the game, like, yeah, it was kind of a simulator, but the guns were fucking ridiculous. Like, they all shot like goddamn lasers. You could jump in the air and shoot. It was incredibly deathmatchy. So your deathmatch skills got you a long fucking way.
Mm.
Oh, and they had so the thing. Well, I was gonna say that thing in the upper left, Half-Life TV, was fucking brilliant. So basically, it was a spectator that joined the game as a server, and everybody could connect to the server, and you could have multiple spectators join the game for the load balancing, which was fucking fantastic because you could basically watch the game live. And I really wish they would just bring that back with like things like Overwatch and whatnot. Like, just I don't see why they couldn't do that for their competitive matches. Like, just say, hey, you know, you want to watch it because in Half-Life TV you could sit there, you could clip back and forth between the players you wanted to watch while they were playing live.
Maybe they're afraid of people streaming it for some reason.
Well, so with this, they would have fucking loved people to stream it because this is back in the Bronze Age of competitive gaming where they just needed people to be popular.
Hell yeah!
You would think they wouldn't give a shit. Honestly, it's people playing their game. Like, fucking cares.
Yo, what's up, Outlaw? Dual Wield showed me what he has going on for your lady. Like, I think she's gonna enjoy it. To be real honest.
Outlaw.
Like, if I had a girlfriend, even if she had no idea who all these people were, she probably still would love it just to see all these people say happy birthday.
Fuck yeah.
I was actually just talking to Dual Wield. My video, I told him, it's like, oh, by the way, this is gonna give you a monetization claim for sure. Like, I thought this was just for your woman, so I didn't really give a shit about the fact I was using copyrighted music. And she's like, damn, you're right, it already hit me. And I was like, well, you know, it's whatever. You can just delete it later. Or leave it, because he put it up on his own channel. Oh yeah, these are the intense moments, man. The bomb's planted, and you just like sitting there, you gotta go hide. That was one of my favorite parts about Counter-Strike, is that it was a little bit campy, but like if you're playing competitive, like you're forced to actually make a move and do shit like this.
This shit's intense, bro. The OG days.
Well, right, so whenever this match was happening live, when the more intense things got, because it was the tournament was in the USA, and it was the European teams were just kicking the crap out of American teams. So everybody, like, every time X3 was doing something good, everybody would go, USA, USA. I like how they actually have this cut up a little bit.
Terrorists win. Anti-terrorists vaccinated. Speaking of that, good old anti-vaxxers in my area, man. The measles are spreading everywhere.
Yeah, I hope you're vaccinated.
Well, of course I am, but
you're like, hey, it's him.
They've got to spread down to. They got to spread to
there. You should probably vaccinate your children,
bro. They got it spread to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yep.
Oh, great! It's already jumping the fucking oceans.
Yep.
Great. Time to get the fuck out of the city, everybody.
Jumped on the planet. Yeah. So with the kid with measles.
On that note, one thing that I think a lot of people don't understand. So yeah, they're like, oh, you shouldn't be mad at the anti-vaxxers because it's just their kids that are gonna die. As long as your kids are vaccinated, you're fine. It's like part of the problem is if the disease spreads, it can mutate, and the vaccination might not be fully effective.
That is the problem. That is why we don't want this shit.
like, if you're gonna sit there and tell me that there's a small percentage chance that vaccinations can have long-term bad effects, I would possibly say that is possible, right? I don't know the science. Yeah, I don't know the science, but that wouldn't surprise me, and I would be okay with that.
I just love how people get all freaked out about minute chances of something bad maybe happening, and then they get in their car and get on the freeway every fucking without thinking twice.
Yeah, it's always a risk reward.
It's objectively one of the most dangerous things that you could possibly do.
The risk that this is gonna cause any problems is outweighed by the fact that if somebody from a third world country brings a disease over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it sucks, but we can't.
Mr. Misanthropic, I'm not quite sure what you said. That's not how it works because we're a little behind. But yeah, if your cousin went blind because of an anti-vaxxer and her non-vaccinated kid, I believe that. That's the problem. Like, whatever issue you might have with the vaccines is outweighed by just giving people the goddamn fucking vaccines, right? God, dude, the rafters, the rafters on this map. That was the place. You're like invincible up there.
So what they need to do is they need to quarantine these fucking people, and literally make them on strict quarantine until it goes away or the source of the problem goes away.
No, just drop in weapons like this game right here. Whoever has the measles and is the last one standing, well, they get.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we quarantine them and let them fight to the death, and then they die from measles. But anyway, at least you had fun before you went.
You get the vaccine. You get the vaccine after you plant the bomb.
Would you participate in some sort of like complete death, like a real life death match, if you knew you were gonna die in 24 hours anyway? If you're just like, all right, so look, here's what's going on. You're gonna die in 24 hours. If you won, we can set you up. We got like paintball fields with real guns. You're gonna go around.
24 hours, dude. It's hookers and blow. Fuck deathmatch. I don't want to run around with my heart pounding and fucking get shot.
You're right. That's more fun.
That's way more fun.
Not to mention that, but a lot of people that knew they were going to die, a lot of people that knew they were going to die would probably just shoot themselves.
I mean, yeah. I ain't going out like that.
Oh yeah, Mr. Misanthropic, that whole thing, if your kid's vaccinated, they'll be fine. That's completely wrong. Round switch, but this guy actually did a good job of cutting it up. The big blood splatters mean you shot the dude in the head. I don't know, this is like, I don't know if fucking Alex Martin's still watching, but the game, like the gameplay was so much faster back then, which made it such a better game.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that, like, this was my heyday with playing first-person shooters is probably why I like games like Overwatch, because at least the gameplay feels fast, even if it's not.
Yeah. Not compared to this.
Well, I mean, I used to play Quake.
Oh, me too. I Quake 3 Arena and Unreal Tournament all the time.
The thing with Counter-Strike is you had no hit points and could potentially die instantly if you fucked up. So
any one of the weapons can kill you in one shot. Basically.
He had burst fire on an accident. It's funny.
Those intense moments. Hey, can we,
so the thing that makes me mad is like they make all these fucking new games that are supposed to be real life sims. This was one of the most I guarantee you the number of people playing relative to the total number of gamers that play games like this was higher whenever this game took place. But yet they still insist on making things look realistic and nerfing it down so that it's easier for new players. And I'm just like, there's got to be a fucking market for a game that's, you know, it's just focused on gameplay and skill.
Well, there are games out there like that. You're just not going to find 10 million people playing it.
Yeah, you're right. And maybe not in the first-person shooter genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still people playing Counter-Strike, too, I'm sure.
Yeah, but CSGO is completely different. Like, they've nerfed it down to where it's a little faster than Call of Duty. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
GoldenEye was a great.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, he did this a courtesy of speeding everything up. Oh shit! Like I got fucked.
No, excuse me.
X3 Miller, aka K Sharp, for the longest time was the most popular name in first-person shooters besides the Fatality.
Look at the gun comes flying out.
Dude, he is fucking them up.
Yeah, the level of skill that these people have is just uncanny. Like, some of the shit doesn't look that impressive, but some of the other stuff, man, like, you're just like, that is some fucking, like, he just shot the dude through the fucking wall. That was that was a thing in this this map, right? Because you knew people would go up the rafters, but a lot of Counter-Strike was knowing spam points. So if they were doing the same shit over and over again, you would let a guy delay just to spam and see if they get a kill.
Just anticipating.
Well, so another thing about this game, so when this was made, the recoil, it was random, but not random enough. So you'll notice that these people are holding down the fire button while their crosshairs are getting bigger, but they're just adjusting their aim so their bullets still go exactly where they want them to.
Right.
They made that a lot harder. Because, yeah, that's a learned skill. It takes a ton of time to be able to do that subconsciously at every angle. Because like, part of the randomization was it would change a little bit depending on what direction you last moved, so you would just have to know that. And you would have to be good enough that you could intuit it.
Just like make little minute adjustments to the mouse.
You'd have to do like burst fire.
Well, yeah, you can burst. Like, so the thing is, yeah, burst fire loses to somebody that just knows how to fucking paint bullets in the exact places they want it to be painted at without having to let go of the fire button. It's just more shots are getting fired.
Dude, GoldenEye was dope as shit.
007 fucking GoldenEye proximity mines using auto. Hell yeah. There was always that motherfucker that would use odd job.
Yeah, good one.
The dude just jumped in the air with the pistol, and like, I don't know if you saw it, but it was a double headshot because the first one just looked like if you're wearing a helmet, headshots look like a little like sparks.
Oh, you get helmet, okay.
Yeah. Oh, money management was a huge part of this game too. Because if you lost, you didn't get as much money as if you won, and eventually you couldn't buy high-powered weapons, which is why you have rounds where one team has nothing but pistols and the other team has rifles. It's because they're just saving their money so that until it's even rounds again. I mean, I think that's still true about Counter-Strike, but that's one of the things that made it unique, is that as a team game, you had to also manage the economy.
Damn. You guys are nuts.
I think there's more matches after this. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Christensen.
Ah, look at this.
I forget which one's Potty and which one's Heaton. Well, Outlaw, have you never seen the Alex Martin? Have you never seen these old matches? There's a fucking bunch of them out there. Like, people have posted them up over the years. The worst thing is like a lot of places you can find the fucking demos, but you have to install like the exact proper version of Counter-Strike, and then run the video or the demo and then record it. I wish I could find some of my old demos. Even I wouldn't believe the shit I used to be able to do when I was fucking young and all I did was play Counter-Strike. Like, I had that fucking...
yeah, the eye of the tiger, the will kill those fucks.
I mean, I just had the aim and the reaction time to hit shots like what that fucker just did. Dude, like... You just saw like the color barely change on your screen and you knew to shoot at it. And you hit it.
Yeah.
Alright, dude. I think it's like a 2v1 right here. He's fucked. Oh, it's a 2v2. Still fucked.
Oh, we lost Monkey.
Gotcha, bitch.
What's funny is I think whoever recorded this had like seen the match so many fucking times that they know exactly who's gonna kill who. You can tell because he's always on the he's never on the cam of the person that got owned.
Whoa.
Welcome back, Monkey.
I muted it so I could take a bonk it real fast, and then it started screeching at me in a robotic static, and then...
Oh, but you didn't have to mute it because you don't have Taryn Marine hitting here complaining about us. So yeah, they lost the first half. I'll save the second half for another time, even though I'm sure Alex Martin really wants to watch this. I can send you the link. But we've gone on an hour and a half, man.
Holy shit. Nice.
All right.
Well, almost an hour and a half, I should say.
That's what's up.
Well,
all right. Well,
fun.
Yeah, I was saying. Yeah, well, Dead Air. I want to thank Anna Hero, Golf City Outlaw, Alex Martin, Golf City Overwatch, Mr. Misanthropic, and well, we had some other people here earlier. Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, yo.
Gunslinger coming. Like I said, we had Taryn Marine coming and bitch at us, and we got Tom Pinoid broadcasting live from the tundras of Los Tejas.
I'm trying to tweak my mic, figure my settings out.
We need to get that alarm. We need to get that alarm going again.
Yeah, I didn't have time to change anything this week. But maybe Tuesday, maybe over the weekend, I'll be good to go and not be playing MGTOW Arena the entire weekend until.
Hey, maybe I'll take over and show the cool ass background Exel.
You do next week, and hold on, I'll switch it out to your new avatar too.
Oh shit! Nice. I already I added your guys' heads and put some dialogue on there, but that'll work. I'll have to redo it.
What? You want a head from us?
Fuck yeah! Hook it up right now.
Yep.
Can't accommodate.
I mean, we are going to do what we always do after the stream, which is suck each other's dicks off. Yeah, I actually do have no problem playing some Overwatch here in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. If you guys want to catch us while we're just playing video games, join our personal channels. Links are in the description. Y'all have a good night.